Hi, thank you so much for clicking CSEMA videos. We already know that the Active Directory is a multi-master directory that ensures the copies of all domain objects that are found on each domain controller within a domain so that they can be quickly and easily accessed to provide fault tolerance. To help resolve conflict and such, all transactions use the version ID and timestamp. However, Active Directory nominates one server to act as the master for those functions. And there are five such functions that needs to be take place on one server only. The server that is master for particular functions or the role is known as the Flexible Single Master Operator (FSMO). It is also pronounced as the FSMO role owner. And these are the roles that has to be taken care by the single master only. These are the schema master, domain naming master, primary domain controller or the PDC emulator, infrastructure master, and relative identity masters. And in this video, we are going to learn about all these steps and how we can move these roles from one domain controller to another. We also take a look at the PowerShell commands as well. So let's start. And if you are not yet subscribed to CSEMA, please do subscribe. Thank you. What is the operations master? It is basically also known as the FSMO role owner or the flexible single master operations. Operation masters are a specialized domain controller that perform certain tasks that can be handled by a single domain controller in a multi-master environment. So suppose we have here three domains in a single forest. Forest is basically a collection of domains that share the common ADDS servers. So if we have like three domains in a single forest, then there will be total 11 FSM roles. Two roles will be forest wide and three for each domain. So total will be 11. So these are the operations masters or the FSMO roles that we are talking about. Let's take a look at one of each one by one. First, we will talk about the forest-wide roles. First one is the schema master roles, that is one per forest. A schema master role owner is the domain controller that is allowed to make updates to the schema. No other server can process changes to the schema. If you attempt to update the schema on the DC that does not hold the schema master role, the DC will return a referral to the schema master role holder. The default master role owner is the first server to be pronounced to be a domain controller in the forest. And what happens if the schema master role is not working? So in this case, user will not get affected. And when we try to use or add any applications into our environment, suppose we're trying to install Microsoft Exchange, then administrator will not be able to do that. And the second one we have is the domain naming masters. It is also used one per forest that is responsible uh, for maintaining the addition and removal of the domains into the forest. And in the effect of the failure of this domain naming masters, user will not get affected at all. But when administrator trying to add any domains or remove any from the existing environment, they will not be able to do that. Then next we have the domain wide roles. It is the primary domain controllers. Primary domain controllers or the PDC emulator uh, is responsible for all coordinating the password changes, account lockout, and time synchronizations between different or whatever DCs we have in our environment and the other machines. And it helps to manage the account lockouts and edits the group policy objects. Like when a password is changed, the domain controller that initiate a password change will send these change to the PDC emulator, which in turns update the global catalog servers and provide immediate replication to other domain controllers in the same domains. And in case of the effect of that failure, we can say that the PDC emulator is responsible for all these stuff like account password changes, account locked out, time synchronizations, and allows it to edit the group policies. And in case it is not working, then all these things will get affected. And when user try to change their password, the changes will not replicate immediately, and they will definitely have problem for this. And the next we have the infrastructure masters. It is also the one per domain. Infrastructure master is used to track which objects belongs to which domain, because it is responsible for reference update from its domain object to other domains. And when you rename or move a member of group, and the member that reside in the different domain from the group, the infrastructure master is responsible for updating the group so that it knows the new name or the location of the member. And and when and when the infrastructure master role owner DC is get and when the infrastructure master role owner domain controller is failed, or it is not available that time to do that task, then typically the loss of the infrastructure master will not be visible to the users. But however, it might be seen if you recently moved or rename a large number of accounts. Then there will be definitely you face that the infrastructure master is not working. And then fifth one, we have the relative identifier masters. It is also the same like PDC and the infrastructure master. It is also either one per domain. And when a domain controller creates a user, group, or any computer object, it assigns an object a unique security ID that we call the security ID. And this security ID consists of the domain security ID that identify the domain to which the object belongs, and a relative ID that identify the object within the domain. And the RID master is responsible for assigning relative identifiers to the domain controller in the domain. Uh, the RID master basically assigns a block of 500 identifier to each domain controller. And when the 50% of the supply RIDs is used, it contact the RID to request a new supply. And in case the relative identifier or the RID master is not available, then the loss of this RID master will not be seen by users at all. It can be only seen by the administrators in the time like when they try to create any objects into the domain, or move one object to the another domain. They will not be able to do that at all. So now let's take a look at like how we can move these master operations or these roles from one domain to another. So first we have here like we are going to move the domain naming masters. Once you logged into the domain controller, you will have the server manager page. Then go to the tools. Then you have to click on the Active Directory domain and trust. And just on a Active Directory domain and trust, right click and then select the operations master. Here we have operations master, and then you will get this page. It will display like what is the current owner of this domain naming masters, and if you want to change, then what will be the new owner. You can also do that. Just click on the change, and you will get a pop-up like the transfer has been successful. And you can also do the same thing with the PowerShell commands as well. You have to just write the move hyphen ad directory server operation master role, and then identity like where you are going to move the role. So we have here the DC1, and then we have to provide the operation master role like what roles you are going to move. So here we are going to move the domain naming master. So this is the one. You can also move multiple roles at once by using the same command. You just have to specify here the names by separating by the comma only. So next, if we are going to move the schema masters or the made any changes, like we have to view like what server is holding that role. Then go to the run, just type mmc and hit enter. Then you will have this window. Then go to the file menu and click on add or remove synapin. Then select the active directory schema and click on add. Then it will come up here and then you have to just click on OK. And when this is done, you will have this window here. So just right click over there, the active directory schema, and then click on the connect to the schema master operation. It will connect to the existing role holder of this schema operations. And if you are about to made any changes or the switch from one to another, then just click on the select again right click on here and then select operation master. Then this window will come up. Then click on change. It will automatically move this current schema master role to the new DC here. You can also do that by the command PowerShell command as well. Here you can type like move same command that we had just seen in a previous slide. Just change the name on here like schema master. All command is same, and just hit enter. It will ask for the confirmation like yeah, do you really want to move, like yes or no. So just place Y and then go ahead. It will move that role from this to another. And we can also move multiple, as we already seen that the multiple roles can be moved at once. To see like where these roles are currently resides, so just go to the server manager again, click on tools, then select the active directory users and computer. Then this will come up. So expand and right click onto the domains and then select operation master on here. Right click here, the baby.rulex is the domain. Right click here, then select operation masters. Then you will have the all these RID masters, PDC master, and the infrastructure master role owners. You can change these all by just go to the respective tabs and just click on change. It will change that as well. Or if you want to do that by the PowerShell script, just type the command, same command that we had seen, but you have to mention here the what role you are about to move, and these all roles will be moved to the DC1. This is how we can move objects from one to another. And these are not the day-to-day activity you have. If any domain controller is provisioning, or if you're removing these domain controller from the environment, then you have to do that the kind of stuffs. So thank you. I hope you are able to know like what are these roles and how we can move from one DC to another. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.